Welcome to another episode of Candid Convos. Today's guest is the counselor's coach. Allow me to introduce Suzanne Shams. Suzanne, thank you for joining us. I've already mentioned a little bit about you as the counselor's coach, but for people out there that haven't Googled you yet, can you let them know what you're all about?
Really, my heart is in guiding and helping and assisting lawyers do the best and be the best in their professions.
I'm wondering why. I know that you're a lawyer as well, and I know that it's not that you want to focus in on law practice, but you want to focus on lawyers and how to avoid burnout. Is there a why for this?
Yeah, so I personally have not practiced law for many, many years, but I I was fortunate enough to learn a very important lesson shortly out of law school, which is that sometimes life doesn't go as planned. And I had to kind of detour from the plan that I had, which is, go get a firm job, do all the things. Instead, I actually got sick and I had to go through treatment. And that really put things in perspective for me. It allowed me to take a moment and really assess what I wanted in my life, and had I really wanted to be practicing law. Is that really the plan that I had for my life because I wanted it, or because that was sort of what I was told was a marker of success? And the conclusion was that I decided to take some time off. I decided to have a family, and when I got pregnant and had my children, I stayed home with them. And I believed that not practicing law and just focusing on my kids and my life, my family life, would allow me to be fulfilled. Well, it turns out I kind of basically did the same thing I did when I was, going and achieving and doing all the things to accomplish the legal uh, route that I went, but I did it with being a stay-at-home mom. So I was like, trying to be Martha Stewart as a stay-at-home mom and doing all the things without really assessing if it's what I truly want to do or if it's just me checking the boxes.
How was it for you when you were dealing with the different stages of burnout in your life and then found how to get out of it or how to start being a little bit more empathetic with yourself, maybe? What do you think?
A lot of us at times are uncomfortable being with our thoughts because they're so mean, they're so harsh, they're so attacking that even when we're trying to rest, it's it's harmful. And so what we do a lot of times is we buffer. And you mentioned like social media or the phone, but a lot of people also, use substances or food or any other, behavior to buffer that, uh, to get rid of that noise, that critical noise that just won't stop, right?
Including work.
Right, including work. Some people work, 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 thinking that, okay, well, that's going to make that noise stop, or that's going to make that voice eventually kinder because then I'll feel good about all of the accomplishments. And it doesn't work. What we need to do is just allow that voice in, really listen to it. It's like when a kid is afraid of monsters and you turn on the light and you show them there are no monsters. It's not real. You see like that coat hanger, it's not a monster. It's a coat hanger. And you show them the truth of what was scaring them in the dark. That's really the work and the job, and the importance of a therapist or a coach, or in older times a wife, like. And before we became a dual breadwinner family, as a society and as a world, we had phrases like behind every man is a great woman, right? Or behind every great man is a great woman. Why? Because he had counsel, because that person had a wife who would counsel him, who would listen to his thoughts, who would reflect back and help him, right? So everyone needs a wife. You need a wife. I need a wife. My kids need a wife now, right? The world that we live in, we all need a wife, quote unquote. But we have not evolved to understand that just as we have, shifted the family structure and the way that we live our lives, we also need that support, that extra support that was available to us in past generations. We all need someone to reflect back to us our thoughts, to challenge our ideas, to challenge our beliefs, to push us to grow. And that's something that I do as a coach for the lawyers that I work with and other professionals. Everyone needs that. Everyone needs that support. So sitting alone with your thoughts is great, but reflecting with someone and looking at your thoughts, objectively, you'll find is much more fruitful. And it's like having someone come with you into that dark room, turn on the light, and help you assess, is that a monster? No, it's not a monster. That actually is a thought that is not helpful anymore. Let's get rid of it. And this coat hanger is scary. Let's get rid of that. So it's helpful to have that wife, that coach, that whatever you want to call it, that person, another person to help you shine a light on what those thoughts are that are happening, that are constantly going off in your mind.
We coined the phrase delegate your way to freedom, and we do that for a reason. Like, we know that lawyers tend to want to and actually be very capable of doing everything by themselves. We are overachievers. We tend to focus and want to be perfectionists. And one thing that I started to notice that we all got in common is that we want to do good, but we want to do it all by ourselves. But it's not until you start delegating some of those things to other people. Sometimes it's delegating tasks. Other times it's just delegating thoughts or delegating part of the process with someone that you can actually achieve some freedom for yourself. So freedom for my inner peace, or freedom for my time, freedom for my family. But sometimes, and I think you can relate to this example, and I'm pretty sure that hundreds and thousands of lawyers can probably relate to this example as well. I'm so busy being a great mom that I don't have time for my children. So I get you. There's a reason why we like saying delegate your way to freedom. We believe that people should enjoy themselves and enjoy their lives, and it's not something that they can do like when you want to take on everything by yourself. Yeah, it's just, the more you try to grab it, the more it's just going to slip out and just go through your fingers. Now, Suzanne, unfortunately, we have run out of time. However, there is one last thing that I want people to know, which is where they can find you and what you can do for them.
So you can find me on LinkedIn. It's Suzanne Shams. And what I can do for you is I can be a guide. I can be a friend. I can be a partner in basically assessing and unlearning some of those beliefs that no longer serve you, and shining a light on all of those scary thoughts that keep you stuck, and really replacing them with thoughts and with behaviors and beliefs that will move you forward to where you really want to be in life, as opposed to staying stuck and recycling the same beliefs, recycling the same approach. Basically avoiding what I did and buying time, buying energy to not learn the hard way.
Well, thank you very much, Suzanne. Thank you for sharing your story. And also thank you for sharing your thoughts. Guys, you know where to find her. It was an honor having you, and I hope we see more of you in the future. Thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you.